first. What I feel about you is unique. You know my feelings is deep. I know you love me and I ain't your nigga. I know that you wishing your nigga was me. Yeah. Fucked up my vision, the vision was vivid. If your nigga caught you, the kill would be living. But question, girl, is it really cheating if a nigga never find out? So it's in your mind now. Was mine first. Look at how the mind work. Yeah, she with him, but she fucking with me. And when I'm in it, she begging and pleading. You never believe. She know how I hit it. It's something a nigga could never cheat. Yeah. Toss it the wayside. You been out on the wayside. Yeah, she a freak. If she don't got time, she gon' make time. She back to the crib and they falling asleep on the FaceTime. I don't give a fuck about your boyfriend at all. So baby, cut your bullshit. Bitch, what is you doing? Don't care about your boyfriend. Don't nobody know your body like my body, right? They don't do your body like. You know when we fucking crying for me to go deep. And you screaming you love me. Wetting all of my sheets. I don't care about your boyfriend at all. Girl, the shit is dangerous. Acting like we faking love. We playing with us. Yeah, baby, you was mine first. Friends was the only mission. We went from mission to missionary. I put that puss in the cemetery. We making love like it's February. Yeah, when she gone, you should see her face. Look like a heaven up in the clouds. Now you can tell no one was saying. Yeah. Long stroke, then I kiss her lips. Yeah, the ones on the face. They're not the ones on the face. I like to eat it between positions. Thought she been creaming and got no shame. Yeah, she the snack every intermission. And I got her all on my face. She been screaming, baby, I'm about to come. Yeah, I'm about to come. Baby, I'm about to come. Yeah, fuck that nigga, baby, shows I'm about to come. Yeah, I'm about to come. Yeah, baby, I don't give a fuck about your boyfriend at all. So baby, cut your bullshit. Bitch, what is you doing? Don't care about your boyfriend. Don't nobody know your body like my body, right? They don't do your body like. You know when we fucking crying for me to go deep. And you screaming you love me. Wetting all of my sheets. I don't care about your boyfriend at all. Girl, this shit is dangerous. Acting like we faking love. We playing with us. Yeah, baby, you was mine first. And I could tell and I could see you'd rather be with me. You can't play with me for no more. If you could, you change the world to be with me. You know I see when we know the truth. But we already know the truth.
Quiet summer nights, flowers in the rain. I wish on all the stars it'd stay the same. I keep them in my heart, the endless feelings of fragile tiny pieces of our love. We once found it kind of strange how everything can change and fade away. But now I wanna stay inside forever in that worn out yellow sweater. The warmth I used to feel is still there. Heavy sighs like clouds surround me. Why do they feel so lonely? I can't pretend to care. I'm trying to be happy. I'm trying to find a way in this unrelenting world where I promised that I would stay. I'll figure it out, then you'll see I'm everything I ever claimed to be. Smile through the dark to the sky, laugh away. Never thought I'd put my phone down, suffocating in a bubble. Who's wearing the crown? Everyone's looking for the next big thing while I'm still so lost in a closing ring of faces. The shameless, constantly walking an endless road to the moon, to the stars. And I hope to God you get far. And eternity's too long to stay on the stage. When will I turn the next page? Let me stay inside forever in that worn out yellow sweater. When will the colors fade? This pretty, pretty palette of dull shades. What's the definition of a good friend? It's hard to tell in this mad race to the end. Can I live so unafraid? I'm trying to be happy. I'm trying to find a way in this unrelenting world where I promised that I would stay. I'll figure it out, then you'll see I'm everything I ever claimed to be. Smile through the dark to the sky, laugh away. I'm trying to be happy.
Yo. What up, what up? Welcome back, everybody. Everybody's doing well, staying hydrated on this lovely Tuesday morning, evening, afternoon, night, whatever time it is for y'all. We're back, part 2 of the stream. And hello, YouTube. We are live on YouTube because you know we always do our podcast on the tubes. Gotta have the tubes for the podcast playlist. Yeah, return of the podcast. Return of the podcast. We pretty much started with the time we normally do today, but that's, you know, so we had a couple things to do. A couple things. Oh yeah, I can put on my bubbles. Oh, my bubbles aren't on. Oh, it's because I'm deafened right now. Let me see. Let me see if she. Okay. She still hasn't. Work issues detected. Why is it showing this? Like, let's see. No, that's good. Hello. How are you? Good. Oh, hold on. Because I gotta get. Make sure that they can hear you. Boom. Copy these to put. Bubbles. There's my bubbles. I sent you an invite to the thing. Did you get it?
Hold on, I'm not in the. What's it called? My brain's on hot. Twitch.
Your brain said blue glue.
Alright, I did get it. Hey. Hold on. Yeah. I didn't even start my camera yet.
Oh.
Okay, I turned it on now.
Okay. Okay. Make sure it's on for me.
Hold on. Okay. Okay. What about now?
Yeah, we Gucci.
Yeah.
Go here. Start that. Then go here. And boom. Oh, and then I need to switch mine's over. And take that one off and do this one. Oh, what the hell? This one. Where the?
Oh, that's not good.
What happened?
Um,
What the hell? What the hell? Lord.
I was trying to decide if it's me. Hold on. I'm gonna end the call and then come back in because I don't know if.
Oh,
it's
wow.
on.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Let me end, yeah, I'm gonna end it fully and invite you back. Hold on.
Okay.
Because it's telling me about like it's got a network issue or something, so hold on. This. Okay. Sending the invite now. Camera's on. Your camera's on, baby.
Yes.
Okay, check him. Okay, cool. Okay, hopefully it won't be an issue this time. How does it look? Still all. What the hell is going on? This is crazy.
That help?
Deactivated here. Deactivates it there too. Okay.
Is my what does mine look like for you?
Hold on. This is crazy. I think Stream Together is having an issue. I don't know because it's saying it says network issues detected. I don't know why. And
You
yeah,
with other people, right?
And then when
Did you have your camera on with them?
No. Normally when I do Stream Together with other people, they don't even have cameras. It's not pulling up on my end either on my overlay, but I can see the preview. It's showing it, but it's not showing it. Oh wait, I think I know why. Hold on.
Well, I was asking like if you turn your camera on your thing, is it being weird?
Yep, it looks hella blurry for some reason.
On your
Yeah, on my
even in your stream.
on mine's too. Yeah.
Let me see. You can be super.
Oh, I don't have any more network issues going on Stream Together. Oh, there it goes. It's clear
there
now,
you
right? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Just gotta love those technical difficulties.
Let you go.
Okay. You look a little fuzzy on mine, but I don't know. I guess this is the best. Oh, network issues again on it. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's something going on with Stream Together. I don't know. I mean, I can see you, but yeah, you are a little fuzzy. But I mean, I guess it's the
You're
best
a
we
little
can
fuzzy on
get.
mine too, but I turned down the what's it called?
What?
Instead of doing high, then medium for the quality or whatever, so that maybe it wouldn't affect as much.
Let me see. Hold on. I'll do it here. Is that better?
Yes.
Okay. I guess we just had to lower the quality.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Oh, sweet. We're here. We did it. Sorry for the delay, everyone. In this thing now. Let's see. Yep, looking good here. Looking good there. All right. Ugh.
The craziest thing is it doesn't look weird on like my preview that I can see. So that's...
Right? Like I said, it's got to be something with Stream Together because I'm still seeing it says network issues detected, and it's just saying like attempting to resolve automatically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I turned off my preview and it seems to help a little bit on your stream.
But how do you turn off the preview?
In performance.
Oh yeah, mine's always off.
Oh, mine isn't usually. It's ticking.
Yeah, hopefully it doesn't get crazy, you know.
All right. Good?
Yeah, my neck's just a little like sore.
Oh, it's because you be sleeping crazy, huh?
No, I think it's really just because this chair doesn't have like the support, like at least on the upper part of my back, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, well, welcome in everybody to D&D Spilling the Tea with your host D, Andy. Forgot that I flipped my camera again.
Yes, hello.
Yeah, we took like a month hiatus to get some personal things, taken care of, but we back. And what did we say our topics were today? We're gonna do a check-in, see how everybody was doing, and talking about some things I think that are affecting all of us, which are the tariffs. If you guys have heard about them. Let's see. Put this here.
I don't know why they put the... Hold on. Why is it like... I hate that.
What happened?
I don't like that it has like the black like border on each side. I don't know how to fix that though. I don't think I can.
Um, what I noticed, because I remember when I was focusing on it,
Hmm.
I don't know if you have a like a just this cam scene of yourself. So I guess whatever you,
I have it. I'm talking about for you.
oh yeah, I mean, because you have it too on my screen, on mine's
Yeah,
too.
but that's because you're looking at me through the what's it called? Through you have my source from the Stream with Us app, so it's like part of their functionality.
Yeah, I think the only think you can. I think you're only gonna be
Because
able
if
to
you,
cut off like one side, like if anything. I think that's like the.
yeah, that's basically what I did, and I just hate it. It just looks dumb, because it wasn't like that before, and now it just looks fucking stupid, and it's made me upset. Um,
I mean,
yeah,
I
so
could.
whatever.
I mean, I could do. Hold on. See if I do. If I try to do it full screen, like
No, it doesn't help. It just zooms in on. Oh, well, there you go. There you go.
yeah.
Oh my gosh, it has been a minute. Hey, Sprex. How are you? I am pretty good. I'm just tired and working. Um,
She's working 9 to 5, and then past that.
literally working. And past that is crazy. Um, ignore my messy room right now. I have things everywhere because recently Dom just like moved in, so I'm trying to find
Ah.
spaces for things. Um, and I don't. I have a lot of things. How are you doing? What is new? Is Rogue still a thing? Still happening?
Yeah, I know Smooth still playing it. I think I saw him. I think I saw him streaming it like I don't know, like 3 days ago or so.
Well, sometimes, well, I do check in on Smooth's chat, and I've seen some like posts or like some comments about how what's the word I'm looking? I've seen some posts on how like there's issues like logging in and stuff and getting into games.
Oh, really? So it's
Yeah,
getting worse, is what it sounds like.
it's getting worse.
It's getting worse.
Yup.
Oof. The final downfall in Rogue Company. The last nail in the coffin.
Crazy.
'07 Rogue Company.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that used to be our shit, man.
I do miss Rogue, but I just can't do the whole buggy thing.
Yeah, that's what gets really annoying about it. she said rogue is a rogue.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah, that's definitely rogue for you.
I feel you on the being tired part. I need like a week long, no, a month long vacation. I was about to say week, and I was like, that's definitely not long enough, girl. Stop lying. Um, I need to like turn my brain off for a month. No bullshit.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Is it gonna happen? Probably not, but
Yeah.
that would be nice.
Would you love it to happen? Hell yeah.
Yeah, you know. Do I have the time off to make it happen? Kinda. But then I would come back to 500 emails.
Not for real. Because
And
what
then
you were
I
gone for
don't.
what 3 days, and you got
2 days.
2 days, yeah, 2 days,
Yeah, and
and you
then
got 60 emails.
67 to be exact.
Ooh,
Yeah.
and she spent
That's
all
why.
day trying to catch up on that.
Yeah. I mean, it didn't take too long. Like just a couple hours. Um. Yeah. It's literally. It's just literally. I love Rogue, but it was just like sitting there for 3 minutes to get into a game got
Mm.
annoying. Then the bugs, like, it would kick me out. I'm trying to do my dailies, and then it would kick me out. of a game that I needed to complete my dailies, I was just getting so mad. I was just kicking my
Yeah, and
controller across the damn
that
room.
that was what was really annoying about Rogue was whenever you were trying to do your dailies and then they would kick you out and all the progression you got from that game for your dailies kaput. It's like it never
I know.
existed. It was like
I know.
horrible.
I was like, I'm so fucking
Ugh, you know, I wish I would have like been able to play Rogue in its prime. I bet you that
Yes,
was a good time.
but I bet it was also really fucking sweaty.
Probably. Because I remember Ambit used to play it every now and then too. Because I remember he was playing it on stream.
Yeah, that's how I started playing it. Because
Because he was
you
playing.
were like, no, you mentioned Ambi had downloaded and was playing it, and that we should try it. And I was like, I don't know, I really like Fortnite, and you were like, no, we should try it. So then I downloaded it and I played it, and then I was like, wait,
You were like, wait, this is hella fun.
I'm, and then I just started like, you know,
You started itching and scratching and fiending for it.
yeah, I was like, oh man, this is like the best thing
Right.
ever.
This is making me feel something.
You know, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm loving this game.
Actually, no, Fortnite was like your first like FPS shooter, right?
Yes, that's correct. Well, I also used to play, what's that one game? That I got you to play with me one time where you like hold banks hostage and stuff.
Oh, is Heist?
No, it's not Heist.
What is it called? I know what game you're talking about. A Payday.
Payday, there we go.
Yeah.
I used to love playing Payday.
We never did play that new one too. That came out.
Yeah, I don't know if it actually officially came out.
You know what game we do gotta because I know that you want to play it too.
What game?
South of Midnight.
Yeah, I'm just gonna download it today.
Let me know how many gigs it is, because I might need to make space again. Because ever since I downloaded GTA, that was like 100 plus gigs right there. So
let's see. You said it's in the app. It's in the on the pass.
yeah, it's on the Game Pass. Which I gotta download it again. I gotta download it back on my PC because I don't have the app anymore.
All right, my Xbox my Xbox app needs to update, so we're gonna do that. But anyway, let's do a life date up for them.
Yeah.
Life update for them before getting into other things.
Yeah, so like Danny said, I did move in, so I am no longer a Texan. No more yeehaw for this boy.
I don't know if that makes him no longer Texan. I think that just makes him Texan that moved out of state.
Look, I don't want to claim to be a Texan anymore anyways, okay? I don't claim that state.
Oh, okay.
I am a Virginian now. I'm an official Virginian.
Oh, okay.
I've lived here for 2 weeks now. Actually, exactly 2 weeks. Yeah, because I forgot it. I came on. Was it Tuesday?
Tuesday.
Yeah, it was Tuesday. Yeah. And yeah. For those that don't know, your boy came to Virginia with the bid. Yeah, it was bad, y'all. Like that was my little medicine cabinet over there with all my medicines. So, yeah, I was stuck in here for I guess a week, huh? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I was stuck in this room for a week. Had to every time I left out of here to go use the bathroom, I had to put my mask on and everything. I was quarantined TF up.
Yes. I would like leave food at the door.
Yeah.
Like he was like not allowed to come out.
Yeah. Yeah, and it definitely sucked too because like we hadn't seen each other in like 4 months. So for our first meeting to be like, hey, virtual hug. And being in the car with the mask on the whole time, like, yeah,
Mm.
it
I was like,
definitely sucked.
elbow bump.
Yeah, but yeah, it definitely sucked. Fortunately, a week later, took another test, got through my symptoms. The main thing that was bugging me was, I think allergies were messing with me because my nose was very tingly and I was stuffy and all of that, sneezing. Cough was bad. I had a fever for probably like the first like 3 days I was here, and technically
I
the
made.
night, huh?
But and no, you said and technically the night.
Yeah, technically the night before I came to Virginia, I also, well, it is, the funny thing is I was in a household with people who had it, so I had to quarantine myself for like 2 days. But unfortunately, that was too late, I guess. And yeah, the night before I left, I tested and I tested negative, but I also was using, um, what was it?
An
Expired.
expired
Yeah,
test.
expired test. So I think the expired test, was didn't give me a valid result, unfortunately. So that night, I did have a fever and sweated like crazy, had the chills. Yeah, and then the next morning, I went and had to buy one that wasn't expired, and found out I did have it. So yeah, that sucked. But like I said, all better now, all good. Still trying to get settled in. Still got to do some unpacking, but slowly but surely, yeah, we've been trying to get back to regular life over here.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Yeah, and then
yes.
me just adjusting to having another person in the house, um, sharing my space. Um, that's just a new thing for me. Um, and learning each other's habits because some people
Yeah, yeah, and we
go to
also,
go to go to sleep
yeah,
really late and they wake up late, and then some people go to sleep really early and then they wake up early. So
yeah.
um,
So it's definitely an adjustment. It, yeah, we have to, yeah, we definitely have to learn each other's habits and everything, especially because like we're not the only ones in the house. There's a couple other people that stay here with us too. So yeah, just being mindful of everyone.
mhm.
Yeah, but it's probably it's been better as far as like, hey, now you don't have to do everything by yourself. You know,
Yeah, yeah, that's
takes a
helpful.
little bit off of her, which is good.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah, I appreciate that. It's
yeah.
just it's just a little bit of a weird time, but it's fine. Everything's good. Uh,
Yeah, a lot of changes for her. Me coming into her life was already different. So,
that's crazy. Why do you say that like that?
well, just because of the situation that you were in when we first met and started talking. She was about to be done looking for people. She said, I'm done with men.
I definitely was, period. Still am, not gonna lie. So if this doesn't work out, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. I don't know. It's gonna be hella awkward, especially I done moved whole state and moved my shit over here. If this don't work out, oh boy,
You
the
know,
stress is gonna be back for sure.
I'm crying. That's crazy. Why do you? I mean, obviously, because the didn't work out. But what is gonna be like super stressful about it?
Trying to figure out how to get my stuff wherever I'm going next, and then
Mhm.
doing that move, that's just gonna be totally different.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's. But obviously, I mean, I'm not thinking about it not working out. I'm just having faith in, that this is.
Are you gonna go back to Texas?
Oh Lord, I hope not.
That's the last thing.
That's the
The
last
absolute
straw
last.
right there, man. No, I don't want to.
Um,
I don't want to go back.
that's actually insane.
Is it?
Yeah, to be like, yeah, mm-mm.
Hey,
Like I
just
gotta move
stating
states and everything,
facts.
and I'm not and I'm not going back.
Yeah, I ain't going back.
That's crazy. Definitely crazy.
uh, um, oh yeah, and I guess something new that I just started. I just got into GTRP. I don't know if you guys were here in my earlier stream, but finally got back into some RP. This is my first time on GTA, but I've done some Red Dead. Uh, but yeah, GTA was different. Crazy shenanigans happened the first few hours. I was definitely with the way I was not expecting. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was interesting. So we'll see how that goes. Maybe one
Mhm.
day, we'll get Danny in on it. Maybe possibly with her
Maybe.
with her unique and cool name and cool ass accent that she goes along with it. Like,
Please stop. It is not that great.
oh, she's just being humble, y'all. She has such a good accent. Like, if y'all hear it, I swear, y'all would be like, damn, she like a full blown Nigerian or what?
It's actually that's insane. That's not even accurate. And also, I'm Ghanaian, not Niger.
uh, Ghanaian?
Ghanaian,
Ghanaian?
like from Ghana.
Yeah, I think it's 'cause the way you said it. It's like Ghanaian.
Ghanaian, yeah.
Yeah, sure. Ghanaian, Ghanaian, the potato, tomato, yeah. Oh, you gonna look it up now?
Yeah, 'cause I'm pretty sure.
Shit, let me know.
Mm.
Let me know. Let me know. Let me know.
What? Ghanaian. Hello.
Hi.
Okay, I say it like an English person.
Oh, Ghanaian.
The
It's like
American pronunciation.
heard. Okay, heard. No worries. But yeah.
So, oops.
Yeah, so maybe one of these days we'll get her in on it. Is my camera still fuzzy? It looks fuzzy on my end again.
I mean, maybe a
Oh,
little bit, but
well now it doesn't. It cleared up. Yeah, sorry for the quality too, y'all. Stream Together is just acting up today. It took us a while to start because we were dealing with that bull. So
punishment.
yeah.
I need to go on punishment. Is what you're saying? Oh, and I'm working on my um
Yes, she is
my
continuing her
crochet
crocheting,
machine.
y'all. She getting fast with it. And more experience, the better she gets.
You know, I guess you could see that.
Yeah, and you are working on something different too, right? I don't know if
Mhm.
you told anybody. I don't know if you told any of the viewers or anything. Tell them about the
No.
other the remember the blue one that you're working on?
Oh, yeah. I started doing pillows. that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, I started doing pillows. So you might see them soon. Oh,
We're gonna have to
that's
get you a
good
plug in.
progress.
We need to make you a command for your
I
for
commit
your
to what?
I mean at least to shout out your the social media site that you have for it.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
I
since
have
because
an
you have it
Instagram
because all you have
site.
is Instagram, right? That's the only thing
Yeah,
so
that's all I
far.
have. Instagram. Yep, yep,
You
yep, yep.
know?
I might make a little like order website or something.
Yeah.
People can, but the only thing is like these are not blankets, like stuffies and hats and um like pot warmers or whatever. Those are easy to ship. Blankets are not so easy to ship. So
Right, because of
um,
like the weight, everything on it, huh?
it's not
And the
even the
big.
weight because it's not super heavy. It's because it's thick that the box has to be big, and so they charge you for they say abnormally large or like excessively large boxes.
That's
You get
crazy.
charged extra for that, even though the box itself is not healthy. Like let's say the blanket itself is like maybe 5, like at the most 10 pounds, right? That's not a
Hmm.
super heavy box. They definitely lift heavier boxes, but because the box is large, because the blanket has to fit in there. Yeah, like I told you, I think I paid like I bought you the stuff for your mom's blanket, and then I paid like an extra $80 to ship it.
Damn, that's wild. That is abnormally that is an excessive amount of that they charge it for that.
Yeah, and it was
Jesus.
literally just because the box
The
was big.
box was big.
Because I think they told me that the box weighed like 3 pounds, 3 or 4 pounds.
Wow.
Yep.
At that point, no, I guess it wouldn't even help if like you've been like you left the box unopened and be like, hey, look, you see, there's only a blanket in here, right? And then you close it up. There was to like be like, no, we're still gonna charge you because this box is huge.
No, they basically that's basically because I was like, it doesn't weigh that much, and he was like, it's not because of how much it weighs, it's because of the size of the box. And I was like, okay.
That's crazy.
So,
It's try everybody trying to get it, you know.
yep. So
I guess
like that. Well, speaking of prices, they are gonna go up exponentially.
expeditiously. Oh, oh, I was about to say
Yeah,
expeditiously. I don't know if is the right word.
I think I kind of put those like words together.
Together, yeah.
Yeah,
Expedit.
expeditiously,
Yeah,
exponential.
exponentially. Yes.
Yes, I think I was molding words together.
That's
I do that
funny.
kind of often. Um, but yeah, so um, yeah, and and I have like a whole bunch of work stuff happening and coming up. So it's gonna be interesting for me because I'm traveling. Um, and I feel like I get to see how the prices are affected in more places than just where I live, my home. Um, but as you know, that there have been tariffs enacted, um, and those are going to greatly impact the number or the cost of things. Uh, and I know some people's reasoning is that we want to bring manufacturing back to the United States,
U.S. Yeah.
and then that this will help with our infrastructure and being less reliant on other nations, because for whatever reason, this um, government is going into an isolation kind of tactic. We're pulling away from all of our allies and stuff,
Yeah.
and it's kind of anyway. Besides the point, do I think it's the smartest move? No, never, not even a little bit. Um, but on the economic side, income side, um, who's going to pay for these tariffs, right? Because the tariffs are paid by the importer, not the exporter. Okay. Um, and so I'm telling you right now, companies aren't going to eat these costs. These are. I'm hoping this is nothing you've never. I'm hoping that this is not nothing you haven't heard yet. You know, I'm
Hmm.
hoping that you heard this, but um, yeah, the import. So it's not going to be a good time. I'm saying right now, it's not going to be a good time to buy cars.
Mm.
It's not going to be a good time to buy electronics. Okay, because even though the technology might be engineered in the United States, right? They're not made in the United States, and if they are made in the United States, we don't have the natural resources to create them. So we have to outsource the
Ugh.
raw materials to the United
Yeah.
States to create them. So at some point, right, the product, most, if not all, the products that you are touching will be affected by the tariffs, whether it's because they're created and produced in another country or because they are created and produced here, but they still have to utilize the raw materials from another source outside of the country because we don't have a lot of the raw materials. Right? Just like your phone needs cobalt and other kind of like precious resources that they are currently mining in Africa for. And actually, there's a big protest about that because of the way that they're doing it. It's not very ethical, and it's basically human slave labor. So um, that's a topic for another day. If you guys are interested, I can uh,
Mhm.
bring some stuff, information about that. But
Have we? I think we have briefly talked about that in another podcast episode before.
we've briefly
Yeah,
talked about it, but
briefly,
there's no we haven't
like
talked
fully
about it at
dived into
length.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So if that's something that we want to take up episode,
yeah.
talk about it, figure it
Maybe
out.
we could do that next week or so.
Okay,
Maybe that could be part of the topic for next week. So
okay.
I think that's
So
a good topic to definitely bring up. And I forgot is what is May? What is the month of May? What is that? Do you know what it represents?
I'm gonna sound stupid because I was about to say Cinco de Mayo. I don't know.
Let's see. Let's see. Uh, let's see. Holidays. It's mental. Okay, so next month is Mental Health Awareness Month.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Huh. And I honestly, that I mean, I can go hand in hand with that too, in a sense too. So yeah, yeah. Maybe maybe that'll be next week's topic for sure. Um, but yeah, and I didn't mean to cut you off. Is there anything else that you had said before I just comment on kind of what you were talking about as well?
Um. I was basically just saying that, and then there's a multifaceted issues, right? With
Hmm.
trying to bring production to America. One of the things is production brings pollution, right? More
Hmm.
production, more production,
Oh
pollution,
man.
and that could possibly, in fact, no, affect our air quality. That's one. Number two, this sounds bad, right? But the cost of living other places is substantially less, right? So let's say for China, let's talk about China for a second, okay? So that's one of the main people. They're like, we don't want to. Okay, okay, okay. The Chinese, right? They pay for their house once. They pay taxes on their house once. That's it. Once they've paid off their house, right? They don't owe anything else. They don't have to pay yearly property tax, right? They
On what?
actually own it on their house.
Oh, okay, okay.
So they pay taxes when they purchase the house, right?
Right.
But after that, there is no additional taxes on the house, which means once they pay their tax off, they don't have to pay property tax. Whereas here in America, you don't truly ever own anything
Right.
because
You just
if
keep
you
paying.
don't pay your property tax, right, then they can come and seize your property.
How often do you pay property taxes in? Because me as
Property
someone,
taxes once a year.
okay. And how much is it? Would you say average?
there's not really an average because what they do is the way that property tax is determined. It is determined by the size of your lot. So how
Okay.
much property do you have? Okay.
Yeah.
What is on your lot, right? Is it is it an open lot? Do you have a house on that lot? Okay. How large is the house on your lot, right? Um, and then also, what is the average price of homes in that area, right? So if your home is a large, that's why people will tell you that they don't like, let's say they live in a small, single family home, neighborhood, and
Hmm.
they hate when they have these huge mega houses built in the neighborhood. That's because the price of that house brings up the prices of all the other houses
Oh, so
in
that
that area.
affects everyone's property tax because of that house and
Yes,
the, oh my
yes,
god.
yes.
That's why people really hate gentrification then.
Yes.
That totally makes sense.
Because of that, because of somebody building a house that is a lot more maybe than the other houses, yes, they can probably sell their house for more,
Mhm.
but that also means that they have to pay more property tax because it's sending the value of the houses in that area up,
That's
right? And that's part of the
crazy.
things that affect the property tax. So that's why I can't say like what's the average because it
Right.
would
It
depend
just
on
depends on the
what
value.
neighborhood you're in. Yeah, it would depend on how large is your abode or the property that that's on, and then
Dude.
what county is it.
That sucks.
So,
See, and see, she can hit more on this than I can because, like, I don't own a home. I've never really paid mortgage or anything like that. I paid for an apartment. I paid rent, but I've never gotten into like the homeowner side of things. So I didn't realize it. But see, saying that, she really just brought to light like why people really don't like gentrification, and and
well, gentrification is a whole other beast because what gentrification does is that basically that, but it also kicks people out of their neighborhoods or makes it
right.
unaffordable for them to live in their neighborhoods. And then on top of that, they don't have another place to go. Because when
What
they
you said
gentrify,
affordable? You said it affordable. It doesn't. It makes it not affordable for them. You said.
it makes it unaffordable for
Oh,
them.
okay. Yeah, yeah.
Because usually when they gentrify something, right, they're redrawing lines, they're making it so um, that the place is more expensive. It's supposed to look better, but everything is also more expensive. That
Right.
means that they also, it's the places that they used to have or used to go are no longer there, which also can take away from the culture of the area,
Right.
right? So then people like, let's say you live in South Jamaica, Queens, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so they take away, I don't know, the store that has the Scotch bonnet because they cook with all Scotch bonnet peppers, right?
Right.
That is an essential thing to that culture. So now that changes the dynamic. So now where do they go to get that? Gentrification is so much more than just making things expensive. It also can be an erasure of culture and for the area.
Right.
Uh,
And that's just hitting a whole nother beast right there too.
So that's kind of why I didn't bring up gentrification because I was like, that's kind of, I mean, yes, like that does that does affect gentrification, but it's also so much more than that. And then you have these people who can't afford to now live in the place that they grew up, and then where do they go,
Right.
right? And so if you it's kind of like if you dismantle the ghettos, right? Then you
Mhm.
have these people, and where do you put them?
Oh man. Oh, everything just really connects, doesn't it? Yeah.
Hmm. Hmm. So it's gonna be an interesting time. You are gonna see unemployment skyrocket, I believe,
Mhm.
just because of the things that are going on with the government. And not only that, I think that places that have to rely heavily on um, tariffed goods are going to find ways to cut back. Um, and one of those ways may be with the people that they have on staff, because if they have products that are imported from overseas, and that's their main functionality of their business. They're not just gonna stop shipping products unless they're gonna close. So you would rather let people go than stop shipping in products that you need to sell in order to keep your business. So I just think that it's going to be interesting. And I've heard that the price of lumber may go up because of uh, a lot of our lumber, or a decent amount, we get from Canada, and we have this Canada tariffs, and they are on their Canadian tariffs, and they're fighting back against that. I don't know if they're still standing on that, but it's something I'd have to like look up. But it's just a lot of crazy politics with a man who has filed bankruptcy 5 times. So I don't know how great of a businessman he is.
Oh, are we talking about that
The Orange Man,
you know, I was just about to
the
say
Sunny
Orange
D,
Man.
the Sunny D
I'd
boy.
say every time I think of him, I just think the Orange Man, literally.
Yeah, the Sunny D boy. I'm gonna call
Yeah,
us that from now on, Sunny D boy, because it's not actually orange juice, but
true.
because
He-
they market it as as orange juice, and it tastes good. Kids are like, yeah, I want Sunny D. That's orange juice. No, it's not. It's fucking sugar concentrate.
yeah, it is. But you know what? I actually really like Sunny D though. Sunny D was good.
Of course you do. Like, I mean, who really doesn't? I mean, I guess there are people who don't like sweet stuff, don't like Sunny D, but like, who really doesn't like Sunny D? But is
Yeah.
Sunny D really orange juice? No, it's like
Oh hell no.
can you know what I mean? Like, it's like
Yeah, it's
fake
like
orange juice. It's like American cheese, right? That's like cheese
oh
byproduct. It's not
no.
actually cheese. Let's be for real.
Oh
What
man.
cheese is that consistency? None. All right. It's like
Yeah.
eating Velveeta. It's kind of cheese. It's not really cheese.
So you light a fire under it and you just wait for it to like melt and it never does.
Like, let's be honest. Let's be honest.
Oh
Just saying.
man. Yeah. Good old processed cheese, processed and pasteurized.
So, you know,
Yeah.
that's all I have to say about that. That
Yeah.
that about that.
Ah, man. Yeah. Oh my God. You hit so many points, babe. Holy shit. You hit so many points that it just went off in my brain. It's like the neurons in my brains were firing off. I was like, oh my God, it literally just all connects. Because even when what you said about the climate stuff, like, or with more production comes
Mhm.
more pollution. So it's like
Mhm.
that's already something that we haven't been doing enough of. Barely any. If anything, the people have been doing more for the environment than our actual government, which is very sad and very telling for the type of
Mhm.
leadership we have. It's
Well,
like,
half the government doesn't even believe in global warming. So,
yeah,
I mean, that's
which
kind of
is
like it's like a kind of a fundamental issue. Um, I don't really have, I don't really have anything I can like testify or say to that besides,
yeah.
people who don't believe, they just don't believe, and they're just not
They
gonna believe.
don't, because it's been so long already since we've you know what I think the previous president started something, like it started, maybe I don't know, did I think he was, well, he no, he said he was gonna do, I don't know if he did
There have been like a
everything.
couple of different things. They haven't been done.
Yeah.
One of the things is that if you go to energy saving, for instance, you get a tax write off if you upgrade any of the appliances in your house to be energy efficient. Okay,
Hmm.
so that's one way to cut down on pollution.
Hmm.
And that's an incentive too, right? Because if I go out and I buy a new refrigerator that does that, right, I can write that off on my taxes, so I pay less taxes. That's one way. I know that they want to look for other solutions besides diesel,
Hmm.
um, because that's heavily polluting, um, or heavily pollute. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
So they're trying to do that. There's other things like, um, they've changed the freon that they use in air conditionings to be supposedly more
Mm.
efficient. I learned that when I got my air conditioning redone.
So it makes it more efficient and less chances of like breaking down or
Well,
like
I don't say break. I don't know about breaking down, but it's just more efficient. So you use less of it, which means less production, which means lower,
lower pollution. Yeah.
pollution rate.
Okay.
And they finished. So there was a different freon that was used. They don't use that freon anymore. Like as in like they don't create it. They don't make it anymore. So at a certain point, if you have an older system, right? If you run out of freon, you have to buy already made, not used, which means it's going to be more expensive. It's a lot of stuff to consider. It's a lot of stuff to consider. Um,
What's up, Brayden?
Yo, Brayden, what's good, homie? How are you?
Hope you've been
I hope
good.
school's going well.
Hope
I
you're
hope
doing
you've been having fun
awesome.
with your friends. Yeah,
Everything's awesome, cool, amazing, and copacetic.
copacetic is crazy. That's something my father would say.
Yeah, yeah. um, yeah, what was the other point? But yeah, that. You touched on something else about finding alternatives for diesel. So that have you heard about the guy that turns plastic into gas?
Yes,
Yeah, and apparently,
black
like,
engineer, right?
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, I know who you're talking about. I've
yeah,
seen
like,
videos of him before.
yeah. I don't know. I don't know how like I guess what's the word? How I guess efficient it would work in a car. I guess that would be
Hmm.
the next thing on that. But I mean,
Well,
if that
there's a couple of issues that would
okay,
that you would need to consider before saying, "Oh, we can use this as a way to like revolutionize the gasoline industry and
right,
create gasoline out of plastic," right? You would have to say, how feasible is it? Like, would we be able to create this machine in a large capacity to do this, right? How are we able to blow this up to be a large streaming production, right? Because if this is going to replace gasoline, the way that we get gasoline now, right, then it has to be able to be done in a long or in a large capacity.
capacity,
Thank you
yes.
for thank you for redeeming first, Braden. Good, just got back from football practice. How's football? The next thing is right. How fiscally responsible is it to do this? So, and I mean, realistically, it should be ethically, we should be willing to spend some more money in order to drop pollution rates. However, I'm going to tell you now, if it's too much of a financial burden, um, people aren't going to do it, or people are not going to think that it's a good. No one's going to adopt it, right? Um,
Yeah,
I mean, you might have the elites or people who have the extra money
yeah,
funds
yeah.
adopt it, right? But it's not going to be something that is mass. So you have to make it so that it's mass producible,
Hmm.
but also generally affordable for most individuals.
Yeah,
Those are two things.
yeah, keyword on the mass because yeah, because I mean, like you said, uh, the wealthy could just buy it all up before anybody else can even you know get to
But even if that, right, it actually has to be affordable, because if not,
yeah,
it doesn't matter if the wealthier is gonna buy it or whatever, because they're the only ones who can buy it, because it's not regularly affordable for the
right,
regular American person. So that's why I say it has to be not only mass producible, but also massively affordable. So affordable to most American people. That's the only. So I'm not saying that his invention isn't great,
hmm,
but it has to. It before it. I mean, it has to be tested in cars. What's the
hmm,
quality? Does it work in cars? Cool. Okay, it does. Now, how do we blow up production scales? Yeah,
hmm,
and how effective is that? Right? Does that lower the quality? Does it raise the quality? It lowers the quality. Does it lower the quality enough where it doesn't work in cars anymore? Okay, now that we've done all this testing, we've made it mass produced. How expensive is this? Is this $5 a gallon? Right? Because people, if regular gas is still $3, and that's $5 a gallon, only people who can afford $5 a gallon are going to
yeah,
do it.
yeah. And that would suck. That honestly would suck. Because
Yes,
once
so
again, then yeah, it's not going to be affordable for, probably people in the lower to mid class, or if anything, people aren't going to be able to get it as often because of the fact that it's so expensive. So yeah.
mhm. And then after that, right? So then if we finished all that, we figured all of that out. The next thing is what how do we implement this? Now we've made it mass producible, right?
Mhm.
Where or how do we get this new gas to all of the gas stations around the United States? Now we have to think about the operation aspect, right? We have
Mhm.
to have somebody who manages the operations of getting everything to everywhere. And then does that mean like, diesel has its own pump? Does that mean now there needs to be the its own pump for plastic gas? Or are we switching everything out? Good, just exhausted. Well, that's good. That's good. It's not your season, right? I don't even know what football season is. I ain't gonna lie to you. I think it's the fall, isn't
Yeah,
it?
I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know. I've, I've been so out of the loop on sports lately. I definitely could. I can't even remember.
Yeah, I think fall is a go Cowboys
Go
is crazy.
Cowboys is very crazy because Cowboys, man, boy, the Cowboys, they just need to go on somewhere because all they do is give people false hope.
I'm
That's
crying.
literally all the Cowboys do. They just give people false hope, dude. I remember when I was actually invested in the Cowboys and I actually was like, yeah, hell yeah. And then I just saw how they just flaked on just so much shit and barely when they would make it to the
That's the
playoffs, they
only
would
one
get
you
knocked out
know.
in like the first round. The only football team I know. Oh,
There's
well,
the
I feel
Bills,
sorry
there's
for
the
you.
Raiders, there's the 49ers,
That's because the Cowboys are
um,
America's team. It's supposed to be America's team, as they say. Yeah,
Giants,
that's what they say,
Commanders.
babe.
Oh, is that
that's
Patriots,
that's what the Cowboys have claimed
Dolphins,
proclaimed.
Bengals? Uh, what
Titans,
else? Titans,
um, Jets,
Jets. Yeah,
Patriots.
Bills. I said Patriots. Um,
The
okay.
Cowboys might as well be Team USA to
Packers.
me. Yeah, I'm telling you, that's what they proclaim themselves to be. Cam, this they literally Cowboys are the definition of false hope, dude. Like, don't put no money on that team. That's for sure.
Um, Saints,
Yup, 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 yup.
Panthers. I actually know a lot more teams than I thought I knew.
I don't play or watch much football up here. Yeah. Yep, yep, yep. I mean, I watch
Lions.
highlights. That's about it.
I heard the Lions. They did good this year
Detroit
or
Lions.
last year.
Yep, yup,
Based off how they used to play.
yup.
Trying to think, Eagles.
Philadelphia Eagles. Yup.
Yup.
What is it? The Washington Commandos. Now that they call themselves
Commanders.
Commanders, whatever.
Yeah, I said them too.
Yeah,
Ravens.
yeah, Baltimore Ravens.
Yup.
What is
Those are
Houston? What is it? The Houston Texans, I think, is what they're called.
yes. That's
Yeah.
correct.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Now, if we were having this conversation about basketball, I would have been ran out of names. I do not know that many basketball team names.
yeah.
I know the Wizards because I live here.
Oh.
Um,
Yeah,
I know the Phoenix Suns.
makes sense. Yep.
Um,
Go
I know
Mavericks.
Lakers.
The Mavericks,
Go Mavs.
the Mavericks are really good, especially when they had what's his name? Luca. When they had Luca,
Mm,
but now that he didn't went to he went to the Lakers now. And Luca, man,
mm,
Luca, boy, yeah, Luca is a player. He was definitely like a good as far as like what Dirk
role.
Nowitzki was to
Mm-hmm.
Mavericks. That's what Luca. He is definitely taking up the mantle for Dirk, and he was doing the Mavericks good. I don't know how he's been doing
Go
because
Lakers then.
he's with the
Prime.
Lakers with LeBron and all of them over there. I don't remember who else is on the Lakers. You know
I
they
don't know.
Lakers
What
always
team is
got
Steph
like
Curry
a
on?
that's the Golden State Warriors, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. Go Lakers then. Yeah, pretty much. LeBron is the GOAT is all I know. Yeah, that's what people say.
Yeah.
I don't watch basketball enough to have an opinion about that. So
Well, people always talked about LeBron, Kobe,
hmm
Steph Curry.
yeah. I mean Steph Curry is definitely up there. Steph Curry, he has a lot of good moments for sure. This man be hitting
Those are the people
unbelievable ass
always.
shots. He already be shooting threes beyond the 3-point line and just hitting it like it ain't nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Man, we got way
I
off
like
track.
basketball.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
it's fine. It's
yeah.
fine.
Hey, we yap over here. It's all good. It's part of the conversation at this point. If I played basketball, they'd call me the GOAT. Oh, you about that life, Cam? They lucky I ain't in the league. I'd be taking all the records. Shit.
How tall are you?
Yeah, because I was about to say, I think that might have something to do with it too. Because I don't.
How tall are you?
Isn't there like an average height? You're 6'5"? Damn. I feel like you're lying, but damn if you ain't. In heels.
In heels, yeah. That's why I was like, I don't know. It's
Okay.
not giving.
Okay.
To
So without the heels, what are we looking at?
5'11", maybe.
Maybe possibly. Oh, who knows? That's crazy. He doesn't want to out himself. Wait, what did you say about Kitiko's basketball though?
We need to get back to it.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, we finished free run, but now we're watching. I mean, I guess we can just switch between Fire Force and Kitiko.
Yeah.
That's the two that we're mainly watching.
Yeah, well, I've been wanting you to watch Kirko when I fall asleep, but since I'm already on season 2, I was hoping you would catch up to me.
So what you're saying is you're like, I need you to catch up on your own time as well. Is what it sounds like.
Maybe a little bit.
I'm so addicted to My Hero though. I'm sorry. My Hero is just it's been so good, dude. Like I've literally paused all my animes. One Piece, Full Metal, I've paused all my other animes and I've just been so stuck on My Hero. And then it got to this part that really just changed the game for the main character. Like yeah, no, I'm telling you, baby, it changed the game. And look, My Hero's been out long enough. You don't care about spoilers. I'm just gonna say this now. Spoiler alert for people who watch My Hero, and this is in season 5. But there's this moment, okay? Because I know you know about his power, right? How his power works. It was passed down to him.
I know how he got his power.
Yeah. The power was passed down to him from the number one hero, pretty much. Because he had this injury that was leaving him to where he couldn't keep his form or have the power he normally had, so he had to pass on the power to somebody else. But I'm at this part now where he has the power. He's still trying to harness the full power of his power, but now he's got this opportunity where the other successors of that power, he just found out he can harness their quirks too from the other people's, the successors before him. So
cool.
yeah, so he had this moment where he where I guess it depends on his emotions. He pretty much had to when his emotions hit, when he got angry, is when he started like he fully unleashed the power out that he didn't even recognize it at first because he was finding out about it pretty much as it was going on. So yeah, I'm like, this is changing the game. So it's like not only does he have the quirk, he was quirkless. He has the quirk that was passed to him, down to him. But now he's got the opportunity to not only get that power, but he's got the other quirks of the previous successors in there. So it's like this man is. I could see why he's really, striving and really wants this number one superhero spot. Cause like,
I'm coming for the number one spot.
yeah,
Do.
yeah. I think
Who that?
he's
Yeah, I
the
know.
he's the ninth successor. But the guy who gave him the power was also quirkless. So I guess there's potentially 7 other quirks he can harness at some point.
Mm, mm,
Which kind of makes sense because his power actually came from this dude named All for One. And the power he has is called One for All.
mm,
And All for One can steal people's quirks and have like multiple quirks as well. So
mm.
essentially, he's becoming like that dude, but the good version of him because the All for One is actually the villain.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
yeah. So like I said, I'm like so invested because now I'm like, all right, so he's only at like 20% of harnessing the quirk that he has now, so he's still got to harness 80%, and then he's got to try to get this other power. So yeah, yeah. I'm just like stuck in there. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well, that's
Um.
everything I have today, and dinner is done, bro. So kind of
Okay.
only anime I've watched recently is Solo Leveling. That was pretty
Oh
good.
yeah.
I go pretty
No,
hard. Sick fast.
that's an
Yeah.
excellent one. No, that was sick. And the
If
end.
you like Solo Leveling, try Kaiju number 8.
Yeah. And Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're pretty similar. Citing
And
places.
Demon Slayers.
Demon Slayer's good, but I don't find them to be similar to Solo Leveling.
Okay.
JJK JJK and I think I feel like JJK and Kaiju number 8 are similar um to Solo Leveling because it kind of has the same premise,
Yeah, yeah.
right?
If anything, I was
Um
I was just thinking about like the fight scenes in Demon Slayer. Like the fight
yeah.
scenes go super duper holy hard in that anime for sure. And the
Yeah.
animation is beautiful in Demon Slayer. It
Demon
is
Slayer is a
so good.
don't get me wrong. It's a good
Yeah,
show. I
yeah.
just wouldn't have put it in the same category
I feel you.
as
I
Solo
mainly
Leveling
said
and
it
Kaiju
just
8.
yeah. I mainly just said it because he was talking about the fight scenes, the sick fight
Yeah.
scenes. So if you like sick fight scenes, yeah, Demon Slayer for you too. But what's wrong with JJK? Why you can't watch that, Cam? Is it just not for you? Like it's a little too
Free Reigns a
freaky?
good show.
Oh yeah,
It's very
slow
beautifully
burner,
produced, but it is slow burnish. But it's very beautifully produced.
very.
Um
It gives me like
yeah.
Lord of the Rings vibes, honestly.
Mhm.
But it's
And I think
cool.
there's a lot of growth too. I think
Yes,
with the main character,
that's
Frieren,
the
and
big
I
thing.
think yeah, I think it's really interesting to watch her become a person who has no concept of time and like value of time, right? She doesn't
Yup.
value time. So all these people that she makes connections with, she goes, "Oh yeah, I'll see you soon." Soon to her is 70 years, and that
Yeah.
70 years are dead, right? So she has no concept of time. She has no urgency to spend time with those that she cares about. And
Yup.
watching that flip from her being like, "Oh wow, I really want to spend time with people that I care about because they don't live like I do."
Yeah.
It's really interesting. I enjoyed that.
And I'll say like, without giving any spoilers, I'll just say like, seeing how she worked with her previous party before they all, passed or majority to the party she's now working with is very beautiful. It's very beautiful because we had to stop watching it because I told her the fight scenes were kind of going too quick, and it just seemed like things. Yeah, like,
I'm a kind of person that they don't have to have fight. Like I watch everything, so for me it doesn't matter. But for him, he's like very much into the action parts and stuff of
yeah,
things. So he
but
was like,
also, but also because you see why I got into it. Like when you start seeing the connections, that she had and things that she just started realizing and things that kind of came to fruition in a sense, like it's so beautiful. Like Freeman is beautifully written. It definitely what's the word? It definitely deserved to get to win that award last year from Crunchyroll as I think anime of the year. It definitely deserved it. Um, oh, you started Freedom with something, but stopped around episode 11. You should keep going. I'm telling you. I think that's the episode. That's probably around the episode where I stopped at the first time. I'm telling you, Cam, keep going, bro. It gets way better. I promise you. Oh Lord. Oh, you were watching it with December 8th, girl. Gotcha. Well, watch it by yourself. It's okay. Or find somebody other than other than her. I usually only watch anime when someone watches it with me, and the person I started watching JJ. Ah, gotcha. Man, look, dude, don't let her ruin all this stuff for you, dude. JJK is hella good. I mean, it's got some pretty messed up, endings, but on some things, but it's definitely worth it, dude. You should definitely not give up on it.
yep.
Well, I did have a couple more points, but I guess maybe I'll just save it for next time. Well, I mean, or I could just say it real quick. You know, with the Nintendo Switch thing, that almost affected tariff prices. I don't know if it didn't affect the pre-sales, but I think it affects the accessory prices. I think. And the other point I was gonna say just about like how you were talking about production with technology. Like for me, I'm probably gonna have to get some computer parts myself soon to upgrade my PC for certain things. But yeah, so that's gonna suck if I have to pay an arm and a leg to get like one thing I need. So just to conclude what we were talking about the tariff talk. Overall, we don't agree with the tariffs. Neither one of us do for sure, and I know a lot of people don't. A lot of people have also lost a lot of money because of it. So even the people that supported the person who was gonna start it are suffering, and that's y'all's fault for believing in the Orange Man. You'll continue Freeman eventually. Okay, I believe in you, man. It's a good one for sure. But yeah. Woo, this was a good lengthy pod, huh, babe? We had a lot to say. I think it was a good little check-in, though. Gave some life updates, talked about some Terra stuff, and yeah, I think next week next week is May, which is Mental Health Awareness Month. So I'm sure we'll definitely touch on some subjects about that, and as we talked about previously with the cobalt stuff and all of that, that might be a topic for next week that we'll bring to the table. I think a lot of that has to do with mental health as well, so that'll be a good little, segue into that. But we appreciate everybody for coming through, whether it was lurking, chatting, or just, learning some things that you probably didn't know. We have our podcast every Tuesday. I will say we're officially back, babe. Yeah. So our weekly statuses, yeah. And
as weekly as we can get.
yeah. And we'll try to stick to the time frame. I have to adjust the time, because I am an EST and not CST anymore. So probably gonna push the stream. What is it? Forward an hour than we usually would, but that's the plan. But yeah. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, this will be on the YouTube playlist. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Like I said, I do go live on YouTube every time we do the podcast, so the VOD will be there. Yeah, and like I said, I think that'll conclude this episode with D&D Spilling the Tea with your hosts D and D. We appreciate y'all. I hope y'all stay hydrated, practice self-care, and as always, peace, love, and positivity. And we hope to see y'all next week on the next episode. Later.
Bye.
Bye.